Since 2008, 85 bodies have been recovered from Manchester's many canals and waterways. Of these 85 cases, 28 returned open verdicts, meaning a cause of death could not be established and they remain unexplained. So are these deaths a series of tragic accidents or something more sinister? Well, now a Manchester filmmaker has released a true crime documentary investigating the theory that many of these deaths may be caused by a prolific serial killer, dubbed by the media as the Manchester Pusher. 34-year-old Anthony Mulligan, who releases documentaries under the pseudonym Daft Monkey, creates films on some of our region's dark history, documenting many unexplained events and suspicious deaths. In his latest video, released on YouTube earlier this year, Mulligan explores the waterways of Manchester to visit the scenes of these crimes and investigates the theory that Manchester is home to a long-active serial killer who has evaded capture for more than 2 decades.
It really wouldn't surprise me if Manchester had a pusher. I just sort of came to the conclusion that maybe there were potentially muggings throughout the years. But like I say, some of the cases I just couldn't explain. If somebody stood there not letting them get back in, it could be very easily done with very little evidence to suggest that there was murdered. I really couldn't rule it out.
In his documentary, Mulligan doesn't offer definitive answers to the pusher theory, but presents evidence and facts around what went on in our city's canals. One focus of the video is the case of 21-year-old David Plunkett, who died in 2012. After becoming separated from a friend while on a night out in the city, David's parents called him to try and locate him. This call consisted of 8 minutes of silence, followed by blood-curdling howls and screams, before the call suddenly cut off. David's body was pulled from the Manchester Ship Canal 2 weeks later. Though the pathologist said there was no evidence of assault and the most likely cause of death was drowning, his parents are convinced that foul play was involved in their son's death. Mulligan said that a detective on the case suspected the long silence during the phone call was due to David hiding from an unknown assailant and doing his utmost not to be heard. Despite this, police and other officials, including Manchester councillor Pat Carney, say the pusher theory is just an urban myth. In 2018, Carney told The Guardian that most of the deaths were accidents caused by alcohol. He said the police and the council have examined every case in the city centre over the last 10 years and have found no link or connection between the fatalities. According to him, the Manchester pusher theory is an urban myth that will never die. Contrary to this official narrative, there are claims that some police officers have made statements off the record, stating that they do in fact believe in the existence of the serial murderer, but there is a lack of evidence to progress any case. In the documentary, Mulligan admits that it's hard to come to a definitive conclusion, and the reality of the situation is we will never truly know unless someone is caught in the act. Reading the comments on Mulligan's Daft Monkey social media pages, it appears he isn't the only one who believes there is more than meets the eye with these cases, as many Mancunians also believe in the pusher's existence.
I ultimately just want to I just hope the families get the answers that they so desperately need. That's the top and bottom of it. I want to make sure it's entertaining, but also the main thing is that some sort of justice can be done for the families, you know.
You can watch the full documentary by following the link below.